center. Trust your health center. Go your nearest health center. 9B, no, trust, go.
This message now from the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, NPHCDA.
From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10. Live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Anne Waodo.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, Vice President Kashim Shettima and other APC leaders officially welcomed Governor Umaru Fintiri into the party. Former Kano State Governor Ibrahim Kokwanso hosts his annual Eid gathering, attended by key opposition leaders. Members of the ADC in the FCT allege marginalization and exclusion from the party's proposed congresses. And U.S. President Donald Trump says Iran has one final opportunity for peace as Tehran dismisses reports of talks with Washington as fake news. On business, global oil supply drops by 11 million barrels a day as Middle East conflict pushes fuel prices higher.
On sports news tonight, Nigerian Football Federation schedules its elective congress for September 26 in Lafia, Nasarawa State.
And from the nation's capital, bandits bomb link bridge between Wawa and Luma communities in Niger State, disrupting economic activities in the area.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says the reforms being undertaken by President Bola Tinubu's administration require the contribution of Nigerians to effective implementation. He stated this in Yola during the grand reception of the governor of Adamawa State, Umaru Fintiri, who joined the All Progressives Congress alongside his supporters.
A festive atmosphere at the Mahmoud Rebatu Square in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, as dignitaries and members of the public defied the hot weather to witness the grand welcome of the governor of Adamawa State, Umaru Fintiri, into the All Progressives Congress. The arrival of the Vice President Kashim Shettima and members of the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress kickstarts the proceedings, with the National Chairman of the APC, Nantawe Yowalda, given an assurance of a level playing field for all members of the party.
It's my honor to stand here to receive one of the fitted governors, one of the most prepared governors, one governor that when I walk into Adama today, into Yola today, the Yola of all is not the one I saw today. The difference is clear. The road networks have changed. I couldn't believe this is the kind of network I will see in Yola. Your Excellency, I'm proud of you. You're too good to be in opposition. You're too good not to be a progressive. Your Excellency, you're welcome back to where you rightly belong.
The governor of Imo State, who is also the chairman of the Progressives Governors Forum, while welcoming Governor Fintiri into the APC, says Governor Fintiri has now brought Adamawa State into the mainstream of the Nigeria's political landscape.
The coming in of our governor, this governor, into APC, will bring good tidings to the people of Adamawa State. Will bring greater development to the people of Adamawa State. In fact, when we were entering Yola, I looked at the quality of infrastructure. I said, well, this man is eligible to be a member of our party.
The Adamawa State Governor Umar Fintiri, in his remarks, applauds President Bola Tinubu's inclusive governance.
I want to assure all that with our coming to APC, the road is no longer bumpy. The road is smooth. Victory is for APC from House of Assembly to Mr. President.
Vice President Kashim Shettima commends Governor Umar Fintiri for the developmental strides recorded in all sectors in Adamawa State, adding that the governor will be an asset to the APC.
As we arrived in Yola, we are welcomed not just by the warmth of his people, but by the evidence of purposeful governance demonstrated by His Excellency Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri. The roads, the public works, the quiet signs of development that greet every visitor testifies to his diligence and commitment. They speak of a leadership that understands that governance is measured in results. For this, Your Excellency, we salute your work ethic, and we look forward to forging a partnership that advances not just Adamawa State, but the entire nation as a whole.
The high point of the event is the handing over of the progressive flag and the APC symbol to Governor Umar Fintiri.
Unite the party, unite your people, provide progressive movement, progressive infrastructure.
The annual Kwakwansiya event, a platform used to mobilize youth and community members for politics and other social activities, has taken place in Kano metropolis. The former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, Governor of Oyo State Seyi Makinde, and former Governor of Bayelsa State Seriake Dixon are among special dignitaries who attended this year's event.
Kwankwasiya Salah festivities in Kano State had a different flair this year, with unusual faces who stormed the metropolitan city to pay a courtesy visit to Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso at his residence on Miller Road. It was all cheers and happy faces as former Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi, former Governor of Bayelsa State Senator Seriake Dixon, and Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde arrived at the event, which witnessed a massive turnout of the people. Mr. Obi acknowledges the cheers from the crowd and wishes them happy celebrations. He also calls on all Nigerians to ensure that they vote in the 2027 general elections to ensure that their voices are heard.
Here, basically, in spirit of the Salah, to pay courtesy call and respect to Kwankwaso. You can see the atmosphere in Kano, showing that the people are with him, and the people desire change. All we are saying, we want to build a united Nigeria where there will be security of life and property. We can have peace, invest in pulling people out of poverty. Kano is critical to that type of leadership.
The governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, and former governor of Bayelsa State, Sarah Dixon, take turns to greet the cheering crowd. The Kwankwasia movement is led by Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso, and he holds major annual events centered around Salah celebrations and, more recently, academic and scholarly conventions. These gatherings serve as significant platforms for political mobilization, community gathering, and showcasing the movement's ideals of education and service.
And staying with politics, ahead of the planned wards and state congresses of the African Democratic Congress in the month of April this year, members of the Federal Capital Territory ADC Forum have raised concerns over what they describe as marginalization and exclusion from the party's current leadership structure. The group told journalists at a news conference in Abuja that the ADC interim leadership structure in the FCT has no representation of indigenous people, warning the party of consequences of allowing such into the congresses.
As indigenous people of the Federal Capital Territory, we demand inclusion, not as a favor, but as a right. We call on the party leadership to do the needful by ensuring that FCT indigenes are meaningfully involved in all structures of the party at all levels. True Congress cannot be achieved without representation. Democracy cannot strive where voices are excluded. Furthermore, we urge the party to remain steadfast in the practice of democratic principles, not only in words, but in action. Internal democracy, transparency, fairness, and accountability must guide all activities of the party. We wish to use this opportunity to speak directly to the leadership of our Democratic Congress, ADC, as indigenous people of the Federal Capital Territory. We demand inclusion, not as a favor, but as a right. We call on the party leadership to do the needful by ensuring that FCT indigenes are meaningfully involved in all structures of the party.
Away from politics, we head to the courts now, as Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court Abuja has convicted and sentenced the former Acting Accountant General of the Federation, Mr. Chukwunyere Nwabuoku, to a 72-year jail term without an option of fine. Delivering judgments, Justice Omotosho held that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had been able to prove the 9-count money laundering charge beyond reasonable doubt. Justice Omotosho convicted Mr. Nwabuoku to 8 years imprisonment on each of the counts, making 72 years, and he ordered that the counts shall run concurrently, describing Mr. Nwabuoku's act of diverting funds meant for security and defense while he served as Director of Finance and Accounts in the Ministry of Defense as appalling. He commended the EFCC for being detailed in its prosecution. Still ahead on the news at 10, bandits bomb a link bridge between Wawa and Luma communities in Niger State, disrupting economic activities in the area. Please join us again.
Oh, you feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. You feel it now?
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
I keep asking you to download the Smart Cash app and begin to enjoy 0 charges on your transfers. No be cho.
If I hear say Smart Cash no charge you for this transaction, be make I bend.
No matter the transaction, Smart Cash no go charge you shishi. Whether na airtime.
bet you can't do that again.
Being your best is a daily commitment. Many dream about it, but only a few walk towards it. Amstel Malta. Be your best.
With Nivea Dry Deo, you can keep moving forward in life with confidence. Nivea Dry Deo. Derma 72-hour active protection against sweat and odor with 0% alcohol to prevent irritation. Stay dry and fresh all day long. Skin is for moving forward, Nivea is for skin. Your favorite Nivea Deo, now in a smaller pack size.
So creamy, tastes better with Cremella.
Enjoy the deliciously rich taste of Cremella Crema.
For any other choice of meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, even between meals.
It's hard to resist the deliciously rich taste of Cremella. It tastes better with Cremella.
I should see my team go win this game.
Yeah, bro. By scoring more own goals.
Make we bet. Win big with Betano. Register today and get a welcome bonus of up to 200,000 naira. Make we bet. Betano.
Don't let anything stop you from being active. But when a severe headache strikes, I always trust Sudrex Extra. Effective relief for severe headaches, muscle pain, and fever. Sudrex acts fast for pain relief and a non-drowsy effect. Safe and trusted for more than 20 years. Overcome pain and win your day.
Some say learning is fun, but as a mom, I see how demanding it can be for my child. That's why I ensure he starts every day with a cup of Bonvita. Bonvita, prepare them to win every day.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wherever life takes you, home is who you share iftar with. Ramadan Mubarak from Terra.
Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 coming to you live on Channels Television from Lagos. A reminder of our main stories. Vice President Kashim Shettima and other APC leaders officially welcomed Governor Umaru Fintiri into the party. Former Kano State Governor Ibrahim Kwakwanso hosts his annual Eid gathering attended by key opposition leaders. Members of the ADC and the FCT allege marginalization and exclusion from the party's proposed congresses. And U.S. President Donald Trump says Iran has one final opportunity for peace as Tehran dismisses reports of talks with Washington, calling it fake news. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Mr. Nyesom Wike, has assured members of the party that no one will stop or set aside the planned convention slated for March the 29th and the 30th, 2026. Speaking during the 107th NEC meeting of the party in Abuja, Mr. Wike, who says the criteria have all been met for the convention to hold, expressed confidence that more members of the party will return to the fold very soon. Our correspondent, Kumbi Aboluwade, reports.
It's few days to the planned National Convention of the People's Democratic Party under the leadership of the Mohammed Abdurrahman Caretaker Committee, and members of the party, including federal lawmakers, are attending the 107 National Executive Council meeting of the party.
Thank you very much, sir. We're still taking
The chairman of the caretaker committee gives a welcome address, urging members to set aside personal gains and work for the interests of the party.
As we approach the National Convention, I urge all stakeholders to place the collective interest to the party above personal ambition. Let us conduct ourselves in a manner that reflects discipline, transparency, and respect for our internal democratic process.
Representatives from the National Assembly also pledged their allegiance to the party to ensure the full restoration of the PDP.
It is the rest of all that are in the Senate are all here to add our own efforts to the rebuilding and reconsolidation of the PDP, to make it stronger, more competitive in the coming elections and national activities.
We believe firmly from the House of Reps that by Monday next week we will have consolidated fully. We commend all of you for your contributions and pray that the Almighty God will continue to give our leaders the wisdom, the strength, and the followers the ability to continue to follow fervently without wavering.
In his speech, the FCT minister speaks on the ongoing reconciliation process as well as the upcoming national convention of the party.
Let nobody say that we are doing a convention when there is a peace talk. Peace talk does not stop convention. No, it does not. Part of the peace talk is that there are those who have been expelled from the party, suspended from the party. So there's a need to reconcile and bring them. Let us see that convention, not just election. Let there be prompt and pageantry to show that, look, indeed, the party is make noise. Nobody will stop our convention. Nobody will stop our convention. We are taking all steps. All due processes have been taken to make sure we comply with the rules. I can tell you before next week, so many people will run back. PDP is one party that has structure from the unit level.
The leadership of the party is urging members to key into the ongoing e-registration exercise of the party. From the nation's capital, Kumbi Aboluade, Channels Television News.
The news at 10 continues now in the nation's capital, where Millicent Walker is standing by to bring us more stories. Over to you, Millicent.
Many thanks, Anne. Good to see you. We turn our attention to security now, where suspected bandits have reportedly blown up a key bridge linking Wawa and Luma communities in Bogoloke government area of Niger State, cutting off a vital route and disrupting daily life. The attack, which occurred in the early hours of today, has left residents stranded and restricted movement between the affected towns. Traders and buyers were unable to access the popular Babana border market, usually held on Mondays, forcing a suspension of business. Local sources have described the situation as devastating, while calling on both federal and state authorities for an urgent reconstruction. Confirming the incident, police spokesperson Wasiu Abiodun, who says the suspected terrorists carried out the attack using explosive devices, added that the act appears aimed at undermining ongoing security efforts, while assuring that intensified operations are underway to secure the area and protect residents. Meanwhile, the people of Omugo community in Ifelodun local government area of Kwara State are still in shock following the latest bandits attack, where 8 worshippers were abducted at the Ekwa Church in the area. Some of the victims who narrated how the people, mostly elderly persons, were abducted, are calling for the provision of modern equipment for vigilantes and hunters to match the sophisticated equipment of the bandits.
In Ifelodun local government area was a quiet one until Sunday, the 22nd of March, when an unconfirmed number of bandits stormed the Ekwa Church in the community. An eyewitness narrates his experience, stating how the bandits invaded the community.
Yesterday morning, that was Sunday, around 10 minutes to 10, that's 9:50. So we were worshiping here, praying, singing. I could see some people running from that place, coming towards this church site with masks. I'm the one that shouts. I shouted yesterday that kidnapper, Esa. That is, the people in the church, they should run.
Members of the community also describe how one woman was dragged on the floor of the church, while another was left behind when the attackers discovered that she was physically charged. The eyewitnesses add that 8 people were abducted, including the wife of the pastor and the parent of Omolola Daramola, who fought back emotions as she makes a plea for their release.
I was not there yesterday when there is something happened at Omugo, but they have carried my mother and my father yesterday. I want government to assist me. I don't have anything, and I don't have anybody.
The head of the vigilantes lamented their inability to match the sophisticated weapons of the bandits.
I wasn't around, but immediately the thing happened, they called me. So I quickly rushed, come down to Mugoye. I'm a commander of Vigilante of Umugo. But from there, when I heard the sound of the gun, me too, the thing scared me because I heard the sound of gun. The gun where I carry is not reach them, now only barrel we carry. And we can't face them with that barrel.
For now, members of the community are still in shock as they call on governments to improve the security situation in the area.
And for residents of Gwoza and surrounding community, it's a message of reassurance from the governor of Borno State. He says strengthen security measures and sustain humanitarian support following recent attacks, stressing that all those in captivity will be rescued. Governor Babagana Zulum had spent the night at the Polka IDP camp coordinating security activities following recent attacks in Ngoshe, Polka and other communities earlier this month. Governor Zulum also distributed food and non-food items at the IDP camp before proceeding to Ngoshe to see the level of destruction by the insurgents.
This is the second visit of Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State to Gwoza local government area in 3 weeks following the Boko Haram attack on Ngoshi community. The visit is necessitated by the latest attacks in some communities in the area. He is accompanied by officials of the state government. As he spends the night at the Polka IDP camp, where displaced residents from Ngoshi are taking refuge. Here, he distributes relief materials to the internally displaced persons and addresses them, assuring them that efforts are ongoing to improve the safety in the area.
To once again sympathize with them and to convey our deepest sympathy to all of them and to assure them that the federal government of Nigeria and indeed the government of Borno State will do everything possible that will strengthen the security of the entire Gwoza community. We also advise them that they should partner with the government with a view to strengthen their own resilience. Before the governor continued his journey on the following day, the military scanned the area following previous attacks on the governor, especially when he visited communities affected by insecurity. In Ngoshe community, Governor Zulum asked the residents to cooperate with the military in identifying the culprits and other individuals giving information to the terrorists, assuring the people of safe return of those abducted. Information is a very valuable tool for addressing insecurity. Without the community, insecurity, without the support of the community, insecurity will never end.
The lawmaker representing Borno South, Senator Lindume, thanked the governor and the federal government for support to the people.
We had the honor of having Governor also, who has come before us before. When the incident happened, the governor was on ground to sympathize with the people and encourage them to be resilient.
The governor also distributed food and non-food items to the people. Each household received 30,000 naira, clothing and food baskets, while women received 10,000 naira and wrappers.
Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Olatunji Disu, is asking newly promoted senior officers to maintain utmost professionalism, warning that there will be zero tolerance for indiscipline, abuse of office or corruption under his watch. Speaking in Abuja shortly before decorating the newly promoted Assistant Inspectors General of Police and Commissioners of Police, Mr. Disu urged the senior officers to see their elevation as a call to higher responsibility rather than a reward.
It's another joyous moment for newly promoted Assistant Inspectors General of Police and Commissioners of Police as they converge on the Goodluck Jonathan Peacekeeping Hall for the decoration of their new ranks. The event begins with an address by the Inspector General of Police, who reads the Riot Act to the new officers.
Let me state clearly, this promotion is not a reward, it is a responsibility. It places you under greater scrutiny and demands a higher standard of leadership, judgment and conduct. From this moment, you are no longer just senior officers. You are strategic leaders of this institution.
He harps on the need for police officers to respect human rights and the rule of law.
Let me also emphasize that the Nigerian police force under my leadership is firmly committed to people-oriented policing. The people are the boss. This is not optional. It is the core operational principle. You must ensure that policing in your jurisdiction is driven by professionalism, respect for human rights, and representing the need of the public.
Following the address, the newly promoted senior officers file out to be decorated with their new ranks. The elated, newly promoted senior officers pledged to uphold the tenets of modern policing in line with the vision of the Inspector General of Police.
Our pledge to the nation is that we accept this new rank as a call to higher responsibility. We hereby promise to support the Inspector General of Police in tackling national security challenges with a renewed vigor, integrity and strict adherence to the rule of law.
It means I'm going to commit my best into working the more towards the success of what I know how to do best, what I've tried my best to do since I joined this job, policing.
As all the newly promoted senior officers proceed on a strategic leadership retreat organized by the Police Reform Secretariat in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, the Inspector General of Police reiterates his commitments to strengthening transformational leadership, professionalism, and modern policing practices.
And still ahead on the news at 10, global oil supply drops by 11 million barrels per day as Middle East conflict pushes fuel prices higher. That's on Business News. Join us again.
Oh, you feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. You feel it now?
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
We are a nation of passion and resilience. For almost 25 years, we have believed in our people, investing, innovating, and connecting millions. We build vital infrastructure and provide essential services like health centers and clean water that sustain communities. As the biggest supporter of Nigerian football and athletics, we are developing the next generation of champions. We are proud to be the first telco listed on the Nigerian exchange. Owned and led by Nigerians, with nearly half our executive team being women, we are building the nation's most inclusive company. With over 6.7 trillion naira in taxes paid and deep investments through the MTN Foundation, our numbers tell a story of purpose, partnership, and progress. We are MTN Nigeria, a proudly Nigerian company that will continue to be a force for good. This is the vibe that you need. That all good, I like the way I'm feeling now, feeling. That zone where you just stay alright. It's that deep, effortless richness of a full brew taste. That's what you'll find in every drop of Legend Extra Stout. Legend Extra Stout. It flows.
Dad, can I read my essay now?
After dinner, son.
It's alright. Let's have it, son.
Things I'm happy for. I'm happy that Mom smiles more now. I know she works hard and sometimes her back hurts. I don't want Mom to have a bendy back. But now, washing is easier and faster. Sometimes Mom doesn't even have to leave the couch. I'm happy that Grandpa can finally have his favorite grilled bully anytime he wants.
Grandpa!
Life is good.
It's bully.
I remember when Dad used to rush to the fridge for a drink. I was always scared that one day he's had my feelings from thinking too hard about what to choose. Mom! Dad's head is frozen again! Thank God, Dad's new fridge is cool. I'm happy for my family. Our life is,
Life's good, son.
Life is good.
Something new is here, and it's changing the political landscape. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has gone digital with a brand new e-registration platform for party members, old and new. With the e-registration exercise, it has become easier to be a member of the rejuvenated PDP. No queues, no complications, fast, simple, and secured registration. Join thousands who are stepping forward to shape a new cause. Be part of the innovation. Be part of the new improved PDP. The e-registration is taking place in all wards throughout Nigeria. Visit the official PDP platform at pdpnigeria.org. PDP. Power to the people. Signed, Abdurrahman Mohammed, Chairman, PDP National Caretaker Working Committee.
Welcome back. You're still watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. So company news now. Zenith Bank has launched a new branch in Manchester, expanding its footprint in the United Kingdom in what business leaders have described as a strong signal of confidence in the Nigeria-UK economic relationship. The opening drew governors, regulators, business leaders and investors from both countries and beyond, with the bank also hinting at bigger international ambitions, including London Stock Exchange listing. Our correspondent, Teniola Oyetayo, reports.
With the ribbon cutting, Zenith Bank PLC marks the opening of its new branch in Manchester as it expands its footprint in the United Kingdom. In her opening remarks, Group Managing Director and CEO Dame Dr. Adora Umeoji described the launch as a major milestone, while also celebrating the bank's founder and chairman.
Zenith Bank was established over 35 years ago by our visionary founder and chairman, Dr. Jimovia. His foresight and leadership has shaped the institution into the financial powerhouse it has become today. He built Zenith Bank on a solid tripod: people, technology, and service. And this is what has really made us to become one of the best banks in the sub-Saharan Africa and globally. Based on this, his exceptional work, we are here today in Manchester. From inception of the bank, he has maintained the clear vision to build a global financial institution defined by service, innovation, value creation, strong corporate governance, and culture of excellence.
Representatives of both the President and the Vice President of Nigeria described the new Manchester office as a strong...
This branch is not just a new location. It is a statement of confidence in the UK markets, in Nigeria's UK relations, and in the future of African financial institutions globally. You're not just doing this for Nigeria, you're doing it for Africa.
Manchester is one of the United Kingdom's most vibrant and important commercial centres, and Zenith Bank's presence here places it firmly at the intersection of trade, investment, and quite significantly diaspora flows that we hope will define the next chapter of Nigeria-UK economic engagement.
Other goodwill messages at the event also highlighted the bank's role in supporting development and investment back home in Nigeria.
When I became the governor, I inherited a lot of debt and so many things. I didn't know where to start from. And it was my friend and my sister, the CEO, Mr. Adora, was the one that encouraged me that there's a way out. And they assisted me, and today I've moved Taraba State from where it was, from insecurity to a secure state. And I was able to, through the support of Zenith Bank, I was able to declare free education compulsory for primary and secondary school children from very poor homes.
The Manchester hub is expected to generate approximately 30 direct jobs. It will focus on delivering corporate banking, trade finance, and treasury services, particularly for businesses operating across the UK-Africa corridors.
The UK government is firmly committed to encouraging inward investment into all regions, and today's opening is exactly the kind of high-value investment we want to see. Zenith's continued expansion in the UK also reflects something much bigger: the deepening of economic relationships between the UK and Nigeria.
Beyond Nigeria and the United Kingdom, Zenith Bank operates in Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gambia, France, the United Arab Emirates, and China. Nigeria's second largest bank by market value is exploring a possible London Stock Exchange listing in 2027, a move that could further strengthen its long-term position in the UK. From London, Teniola Oyetayo for Channels Television News.
Let's continue in the world of business now as we join Will Ibong to bring us more stories.
Thank you. And from finance, we head to the energy space, where the International Energy Agency says over 40 energy assets across 9 Middle East countries have been severely damaged due to the conflicts involving the U.S., Israel, and Iran. IEA Chief Faith Bureau says global oil supply has dropped by 11 million barrels per day, warning that recovery will take time even if a ceasefire is reached. The disruption is pushing fuel prices higher globally, with increases expected in South Africa and rising pressure already being felt in Nigeria. China has also indicated it will increase fuel prices. Meanwhile, benchmark crude prices fell over 10% to trade between $98 and $87 per barrel after U.S. President Donald Trump said he would postpone military strikes against Iranian power plants for 5 days. Meanwhile, the president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has cautioned that many African countries could face severe economic challenges if the Middle East crisis fails to de-escalate. Speaking after a private meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the president's residence in Lagos, the businessman lamented that the situation is likely to worsen conditions for both citizens and governments across the continent. Still staying in the energy crisis, the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprises says rising global oil prices driven by tensions involving the U.S., Israel, and Iran could disrupt Nigeria's disinflation trend. The group also warns that Nigeria's unstable power grid is costing the economy between 7 to 10 trillion naira annually, with generator spending exceeding 3.7 trillion naira. CEO Dr. Muda Yusuf is urging the government to strengthen local refining capacity, including support for domestic refineries, to ease fuel costs, reduce pressure on foreign exchange, and improve energy security. Now let's head to the domestic equities market, which resumed from the holiday shortened week deeply in the red. Enijamakwa has the details.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stock market report. It's still profit-taking time at the NGX. Today, market mover MTN Nigeria felt the most of that. So while it's still celebrating its 1.1 trillion naira profit that it has declared, investors think it's a good time to take some of the profits. So today, 54 naira was shaved off the share price of MTN Nigeria to close at 707 naira. Others are also experiencing profit taking. In the financial sector, we see UBA and Zenith Bank. Well, Zenith Bank, yeah, so they listed in London, but that has given them more gains and more profit taking available. So more than 2% down for banking. Consumer goods is also down, mostly because of Nigerian breweries and international breweries. Oil and gas, only the one that escaped. Some gains on O&O and Japan Gold. So the counter is up 0.31%. At the close of trade today, a lot of money was taken out by investors, 1.36 trillion naira. And we've lost some levels, and we're now down to less than 200,000, 199,014.02, and the oil share is down more than 1%. Market cap 127.750 trillion naira. So we're starting the week with a bear.
Thank you, Ini. While we're losing some levels, we see the U.S. markets gain some points today after U.S. President Donald Trump announced that hold the ceasefire from Iran attacks. But let's see the numbers and other major equities, see how they perform today. And that's business news. I am Will Ibong. It's back to you, Anne.
Thank you, Will. And still to come on the news at 10, U.S. President Donald Trump says Iran has one final opportunity for peace as Tehran dismisses reports of talks with Washington as fake news. That's on Around the World in 5. Please join us again.
We are a nation of passion and resilience. For almost 25 years, we have believed in our people, investing, innovating, and connecting millions. We build vital infrastructure and provide essential services like health centers and clean water that sustain communities. As the biggest supporter of Nigerian football and athletics, we are developing the next generation of champions. We are proud to be the first telco listed on the Nigerian exchange. Owned and led by Nigerians, with nearly half our executive team being women, we are building the nation's most inclusive company. With over 6.7 trillion naira in taxes paid and deep investments through the MTN Foundation, our numbers tell a story of purpose, partnership, and progress. We are MTN Nigeria, a proudly Nigerian company that will continue to be a force for good.
Confirmed. Thank you, ma.
Card don't finish, oh. Madam, we don't cast.
Not when I have Pompey.
Finally.
With PanPay, your business never stops. Pay bills, send money for free, accept card payments, and earn up to 20% on your savings.
Boss lady.
PanPay, the smarter way.
feel that?
Feel what?
The crash zone.
Crash what?
The crash zone. It builds suspense, uncovers evidence, foreshadows danger. You feel it now?
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll go and try and find a ladder.
Pass that back. I bet you can't do that again.
Being your best is a daily commitment. Many dream about it, but only a few walk towards it. Amstel Malta. Be your best.
For years, OPay has protected how the people pay. Every day, we move money to keep life going. Through our daily hustle of trying to make ends meet. Through the responsibilities we carry. And when the day's done, we rest easy because we've got extra cover. And because we're confident in the security we've built. We're backing it. Introducing Extra Cover, an extra layer of assurance on your OPay account. So you can send, pay, save, and move through life with peace of mind. Back up to 5 million naira. The People's Payment Shield, now with Extra Cover.
Welcome back. The chairman and president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, has cautioned that many African countries could face severe economic challenges if the Middle East crisis fails to de-escalate. Speaking after a private meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the president's residence in Lagos, the businessman lamented that the situation is likely to worsen conditions for both citizens and government across the continent.
To pray that this thing comes to an end. If you look at it today, Africa is very busy paying debt, and putting this again on top of us is going to add a lot of hardship on people, on the government, on the people, on everybody. For something that we have no really any involvement in it. If you look at it now, when you talk about energy affects almost everything. And it's not only energy. Some people will try and take a chance and say, this is an opportunity, so let me make money. So if this thing doesn't de-escalate, it is going to keep going up and up and up. And governments cannot really now go and add salaries also. So people will really, really feel the hinge.
Let's join Simon Peter now for more international news and around the world in 5.
Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Donald Trump says the US and Iran have held talks on the complete and total resolution of hostilities in the Middle East. He says that as a result of the talks, he has postponed threatened strikes on Iranian power plants for 5 days. Oil and gas prices fell immediately. However, Iran's foreign ministry denies such talks have taken place. Trump later says the US was represented by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner. He says if the postponement of strikes goes well, we're going to end up with settling this, otherwise we're just going to keep bombing our little hearts out. Oil prices plunged and stock markets rebounded after Donald Trump said the US and Iran had held talks over halting the conflict in the Middle East. After the US president's statement on Truth Social, the price of Brent crude sank initially, while European and US shares rose. 2 people have died after an Air Canada plane collided with a firefighter vehicle responding to a separate incident. A law enforcement source familiar with the investigation confirmed the deaths, as well as multiple injuries, including 2 firefighters.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please. Stop.
Audio from the air traffic control tower at LaGuardia reveals what was said in the seconds before the crash.
Del 2603, go around, runway heading 2000. 647 position. I know you can't move. The vehicle's there responding to you now.
Some 41 passengers and crew were taken to hospital.
Frontier 4195, I got the word that we're going to be closed for a little while.
All but 9 have since been discharged. 2 fire truck officers are in a stable condition in hospital. The Federal Aviation Administration issued a ground stop for the airport late on Sunday night and said there was a high likelihood it would be extended. The plane was arriving from Montreal and had landed. It had slowed to around 24 miles per hour before it collided with a vehicle from the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, which runs the airport. Former Kenyan Foreign Minister Raphael Tuju has resurfaced a day after his reported disappearance, which led to fears he may have been abducted. Speaking to local Citizen TV station on Monday afternoon, he said he had gone into hiding after being followed by an unmarked vehicle. He said that on realizing he was being tailed, he had branched off onto a road where it would be more difficult to follow him. Once he had shaken off the other vehicle, he then abandoned his car, which he said they would be looking for. Earlier, the police had said they were investigating his reported disappearance and appealed to the public for information. Socialists and allies have held on to power in France's big 4 cities, Paris, Marseille, Lyon and Lille, on a local election night that offered hopes for mainstream parties in next year's presidential elections. The new aspirants of the far left and far right also made gains, notably in Nice for an ally of Marine Le Pen and Roubaix in the far north for the France Unbowed Party. But the big lesson of the evening was the failure of alliances between mainstream left and LFI, with voters turning to the centre and right in long-time Socialist Party strongholds like Clermont, Ferrand and Brest. On the contrary, in cities like Paris, Marseille and Lille, where incumbent socialists steered clear of the far left because of accusations of sectarian anti-Semitism in its ranks, left-wing administrators were comfortably returned. Hawaii's storm has already cost some $1 billion in damages after 2 consecutive storms dropped as much as 50 inches of rain in parts of the state, and murky brown floodwaters submerged some sections of the island of Oahu. More than 230 people had to be rescued, according to the governor, but officials have not recorded any fatalities to date. Officials have said the flooding in the state is the worst since 2004. And some 260,000 fans watched K-pop stars BTS perform together for the first time since October 2022 in the historic heart of South Korea's capital.
It's been a long journey, but now we're finally here!
After a 4-year hiatus due to compulsory military service in South Korea, the powerhouse K-pop group returned with a new album, Arirang. The 7 K-pop stars played a 1-hour set inspired by the South Korean flag. The stage stood with Gwanghwamun Gate as its backdrop, framed by the mountains, a strikingly Seoul scene. It was a rare honour, and the band knew it, taking turns to thank the city and its officials. Some reports claim that 300 million fans watched BTS's live comeback on Netflix.
Pop sensation.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.
Welcome to Sports News. The Nigerian Football Federation has fixed September the 26th, 2026 for its elective Congress in Lafia, Nasarawa State. The decision was reached earlier today at the Extraordinary General Assembly of the NFF held earlier in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital. The current board of the NFF, led by Brian Gusso, who were voted into office at the 2022 elective Congress in Benin City, is expected to end on September the 29th. And Nike, the official kit supplier for France football team, has unveiled the 2026 kits, which Les Blues will wear at the 2026 World Cup. The designs celebrate the historical bond between France and the United States. And Danny Medvedev crashed out of the Miami Open, losing a roller coaster 3-set third-round battle against Argentine Francisco Cerundolo, 6-love, 4-6, 7-5. Medvedev looked to be heading for a brisk exit after a 10-seed Cerundolo raced through the first set in just over 20 minutes. That sports is back to you, Anne.
Thank you, Chris. And the main news again. Vice President Kashim Shettima and other APC leaders today officially welcomed Adamawa State Governor Umaru Fintiri into the party. Members of the ADC and the FCT are alleging marginalization and exclusion from the party's proposed congresses. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu. Good night, and please stay safe.
This is Entertainment News on Channels Television. Hello and welcome. I hope you had a refreshing long weekend plus the Eid holiday, 2 days filled with reflection, gratitude and joyful moments across the country. Now, as the celebration winds down, we are back to bring you all the latest from the showbiz space. My name is Abidemi Dairo, and today, just as always, we will bring you from Nollywood headlines to music chart toppers